amazing. She helps people with their marketing, and I get to turn the microphone over to an amazing lady to be our 5th mentor of today.
If I die today, please do not cry for me, because I have lived the perfect life. I wrote those words about 15 years ago on a letter I wish to be read at my funeral. I do not remember what the trigger was that caused me to write a farewell note. I just remember thinking that I did not want other people thinking, poor Susanne. She was stuck in a wheelchair for so much of her life. She was cheated out of a good life. Was I really cheated? I have had an amazing life. Using a wheelchair for mobility has been a little inconvenient at times, but I have never, not for one single moment, felt I was cheated by the cards life has dealt me. I have traveled to 45 of our 50 states. I have been to Mexico and Canada multiple times. I was on my way home from Canada when I had the accident that paralyzed me. My older daughter was 6 months old at the time, and I had taken her with me. Now please remember, this was before you needed a passport to travel to Canada, and I did not even have a copy of Megan's birth certificate. It never even occurred to me that I would need a copy of Megan's birth certificate until I tried to re-enter the United States and the Canadian Border Patrol asked me for it. The Border Patrol agent said, "How do we know that she is your baby? How do we know that you did not steal her?" I thought about it for a moment, and then I replied, "I guess I could breastfeed her for you." I would not have milk if I had not just had a baby. The Border Patrol agents declined my offer and then sent me on my way. I have had an amazing life. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I was more relieved than distressed. I had been sick for 3 years, and I finally knew what was wrong. I could get better. I did get better. The treatment worked, or so I thought. When my oncologist, Dr. Doom and Gloom, told me that my cancer was still active and would most likely end my life sooner rather than later, it did dampen my emotions from 100% positive to 96% positive. I still did not feel cheated by the card I had been dealt. I have had an amazing life. However, I am concerned that my 7-year-old daughter will be cheated. My older children have grown into responsible adults, and although I know they will miss me sometimes, they no longer need a lot of guidance from me. My discussion with Dr. Doom and Gloom revolved around the fact that he needed to keep me alive as long as possible to continue to mold Micah into the outstanding woman I know she can become. How will Micah avoid teen pregnancy if I am not around to tell her that boys are bad? until she is 21. How will she fill the void my passing will leave? Will she turn to drugs or other reckless behavior? Dying would be so much easier to deal with if I were not crying because Micah has been cheated out of a good life. If I die today, please do not cry for me, for I have lived a perfect life. How do I know those words will not be as true for Micah as they are for me? Not every young child that loses a parent turns to drugs or other reckless behavior. We only hear about the ones that do because they are in the minority. What I can do is quit worrying about what might happen and focus on doing everything I can do to make my passing less traumatic for my family. When I learned that my shelf life was going to be shorter than expected, I was devastated for a moment, and then my brain kicked into high gear and the seeds of my exceptional exit plan started to form. I decided that if I'm going to die before I am ready, I'm going to make my passing exceptional. And thus the 5-step exceptional exit plan was born. You can create your own exceptional exit plan now. Just like that letter I wrote so many years ago. You can update it every few years. Step 1, set your priorities. Imagine you have been told you have 12 months to live. What do you still need to finish? Have you always wanted to take a special trip? Do you want to write a book? Do you have relationships that need to be repaired? What would you regret not having finished before you die? I have only one regret, not being around to raise Micah. Therefore, my priorities revolve around my family. My most important priority is recording video and written messages for my family. My second most important priority is to keep Micah happy and in the dark as to my fate for as long as possible. I have 3 other priorities, such as clearing my clutter, getting my paperwork in order, but they are minor details compared to priority number 1. Step 2, write a task list. What do you need to have done? I am recording birthday videos for Micah until she is 21, so I can remind her that boys are bad until she is 21. My 24-year-old daughter, Megan, has just bought a house and plans to pay it off within 10 years. I have recorded a video for her to watch that day. I continue to add to my task list as I think of more messages I want my family to hear. Step 3, ask for help. This is the hardest step for me. I am a loner and a control freak. I did ask for somebody to move my computer away from the glass doors that were behind me so I can use my webcam to record my videos so it doesn't black out my face and look like I'm trying to protect my identity.
Yeah.
I have friends coming to help me clear my clutter. Your friends like you, and they want to help you, even if it means a little heavy lifting. Step 4, start doing it. Do not wait for the perfect time to do your tasks. I'm not putting on makeup. I do today. But not for my videos. I can use that makeup time to record more videos or write in my journal. My decluttering process is massive and could easily be overwhelming. I started with one task and I wait until that is finished before I start the next one. Step 5, remember to enjoy the time you have left. When is the last time you stopped and really looked at the mountains? The mountains are why I moved to Colorado. Mountains are beautiful whether it's warm or cold outside, and we can see them nearly every single day of the year. Take 2 minutes a day and just look at the mountains or something else you love. Start your exceptional exit plan today. And remember, if I die today, please do not cry for me, because I have lived the perfect life. Thank you.